Motion is life, life is motion. So if you're shooting video, it makes the video that extra bit very attractive if there is motion in the video.
From panning shot, the slider facing up. Rotating the slider.
Normally video means motion, but if you can impart more movement in the video itself, that will appear to be very attractive to the eye. For example, if I now take this video background here, and if I'm just talking to you like that in front of the trees, it doesn't, after a second or 2 or 5 seconds, you'll get bored out. You will judge that there are just trees in the background and this person is sitting and talking in front of the tree. But now if I were to move the camera like that, move the camera, you can see my background is moving like that. But I am achieving this movement by moving the selfie stick on which this camera is mounted from side to side. So there is likely to be some bumps, ups and downs in the video. There are several ways to eliminate it. One is to use a gimbal along with the phone while filming in tight spots, and another is to use a slider. Today I'm going to show you the use of a Proaim slider. This Proaim slider which I have got is known as a curve and line slider. That means it can move in a curve as well as move in a line. So it is called as a curve and line slider. I've got the normal mechanical version of it as well as I've got the motorized version of it. Today I'm going to set up the curve and line slider on a tripod and show you some movement in the video from side to side. I'll be using this background to show you movement. So this is the curve and line slider from Proaim. I've just unpacked it. So it has got 4 legs here. You unscrew the 4 legs, tighten the knob, and the slider can be placed on the ground itself, whichever way you want. Put it on the ground. So you can see it here resting on the ground on its 4 legs by itself, and this is the top side. This is the linear slider, and the bottom side is this is the curvilinear slider. So on the top side, this is the carriage which they have provided. It moves side to side. It moves on these 4 wheels, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you can see from the sound also there is very smooth movement. There is no sound at all. When using a slider, stability is required. Here it is provided by these 2 legs of the slider, and the camera, while mounting the camera, it is better to have a tiltable camera attachment instead of just a phone holder or a camera holder. So I've got a ball head here. This ball head can be turned in either way, upside to the side, front and back, or in panning it can also be rotated. I'm going to attach the phone holding clamp to this and attach the phone on top of that, and then show you how it operates in mechanical mode and how it you can get various kind of shots with the slider. So I'm going to show you some slider shots. So this small head, this is the ball head clamp from small rig. It has got a panning movement and up and down movement. This is the carriage of the slider, and this is the curvilinear part. First we'll show the video in the linear part. This is a tripod, normal tripod. Take the slider and the clamp of the phone, camera with the slider like that, and lock it in place. Now you can see that the slider has been mounted firmly to the tripod, a locked all axis, and this is the wallet clamp. I'm going to fix the phone clamp to this and attach the phone to it. This is the phone, recording phone, S24 Ultra. The phone has been attached to the ball head, and the ball head is attached to the carriage of the slider. Slider is mounted on the tripod, and we are ready to record video with the slider. I'm going to use the first move of the slider. This is a linear translation mode, moving from side to side. So I hold the slider with carriage with both hands, and this is a simple panning move from side to side, once again, side to side, once again. The background is shifting with the tank, more trees. Now this is a simple panning move. To make this more interesting, what I will do is I will loosen this ball head and then turn it from side to side as the slider moves. So for that, this has to be turned, loosened here with the tilt of the camera. So this is panning move from side to side. I can do this from front to back as if to introduce the subject from front to back. So now I will tilt the slider in this direction and tilt the camera to face the other direction. Tilt the camera forward. Take the slider back, holding the slider back. The focus will auto-focus over here. So I'm moving the slider from back to the front. So now the camera is zooming in on the subject. It's coming closer to her, as if to introduce a subject in the opening. So this is far away, and while commencing any shot, we slowly move the carriage forward towards the subject. And you can also rack focus. This is autofocus in the Samsung S24 Ultra, so it will keep it in focus all the time. But if you have a manual focus or you can rack focus, then you can start with a blur, and as the camera approaches the subject, you can bring the subject into focus. You can do the reverse by pulling it backwards. So now I am pulling the camera back like that, and the subject fades away in the distance. So these are all horizontal shots. We can do vertical shots or diagonal shots. So I'm going to tilt the slider, and now I have this camera pointed at the tank, and the slider is going in an axis. Up, zooming into the tank over there, And coming back from the tank. Next slider move which I am going to show is ground level shots. For this I will keep the tripod very low and at the level of the, so these are four moves: panning forward, panoramic view with the phone tilting, panning backwards, panning diagonally into the front, and panning diagonally back. You can discover many number of moves with the slider. I have uploaded several slider moves in an early video on another channel, Madras Joint Replacement Center. You can see it linked up here. I did that with my manual slider. This is also a manual slider with a more professional one from Proaim. There is no noise at all when you move the camera like that, when the carriage moves on the slider. This is the linear slider. Underneath it, if you want to rotate it, you have the curvilinear slider. You can use this while recording interviews. I will show the interview recording with the slider in another video. For now, I call it end over here, and thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more videos on sliders, I have got a playlist over here in my other channel. See it up here. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel A.K. Venkatachalam. Like it, share it with your friends. I'll see you in another video. Cheers.
They will be displayed